Boyd Acres is not the east and it's not the west. It's the north end of town. And right now it's practically a battlefield, and the north remembers.
The North remembers.
So let's talk about it. Okay, looking at a map, the Boyd Acres neighborhood district uses the Deschutes River as its western border, the Pilot Butte Canal as it runs east towards Butler Market, the east side of Butler Market, and then basically from there, it all turns north. This includes the Empire Corridor, a good chunk of 3rd Street, the Highway 97 Parkway, a bunch of box store shopping centers, a mix of different housing options, some newer, some older, and a massive amount of planned new development coming soon. Okay, so let's get things started off by talking about amenities in this area. Now, obviously, every district is going to be different. I mean, just look at the overall map. These aren't just all homes. Some of the neighborhood districts have more homes in them, and some of them are kind of right in the middle of town. They have a lot of commercial and industrial space. In this case, there is a lot of commercial, retail, and even one of the larger, more industrial areas here in Bend. Empire Avenue, back 20 years ago, was an up-and-coming industrial zone. Back then, Empire was just an access road to get back to this industrial area. In fact, Empire didn't even connect with itself. I remember you had to drive through a parking lot to get to the other side of Empire where it accessed the back part of the park. But today, not only is the industrial park almost completely full and developed, but Empire Avenue itself is a major arterial road that connects basically the north side of the Parkway, North Bend, all the way over to the east side. To the south of Empire Avenue, it is all industrial, and to the north side of Empire, it is all residential homes. Now, we'll talk about the homes in a few minutes. Anyway, there are a ton of industrial buildings and businesses in this area with a wide range of services. Building products, distribution centers, construction services, just a lot of industrial stuff. A few different breweries even call this area home for their production. And those breweries are 10 Barrel and Crux, among others. Now, along 3rd Street, we have a wide variety of businesses and retail and shopping and dining that bring value to the area. TJ Maxx, Winco, Hobby Lobby are all tenants of the Bend River Promenade. Along with Kohl's and Macy's. And if some of those names sound like they should probably be in a shopping mall, you are correct. The Bend River Promenade used to be the Mountain View Mall. There used to be a movie theater in there too. Anyway, it was redeveloped back in the early 2000s. Funny, I remember distinctly getting an Orange Julius and going to a movie right before they redeveloped the whole thing. The good old days. The River House Hotel and Convention Center also just kind of sneaks into the southern part of this particular district. And then of course we have Cascade Village. This is another former indoor mall turned outdoor mall back in the early 2000s. It was just a really trendy thing to do back then, I guess. But what's great is Cascade Village has been thriving and it's continued to grow for 20 years. I'm gonna use Cascade Village as kind of an all-encompassing phrase because it's not just that area. Across the street, across Highway 97, there's a new shopping area over there. They've got a Chick-fil-A and a Mod Pizza and all that kind of stuff, and Ulta, that's popular. But then even further down, we've got Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, because those always go together, and Sportsman's Warehouse, and in fact, this is where the brand new Costco is going to be going in as well. Time out. Are you watching this because you're doing Bend research, because maybe you were thinking about moving here? Great, subscribe to this channel. That's what it's here for. It's for you. If you want to know all about living in Bend, from recreation to real estate, this is the channel for you. We humbly ask for your subscription to the channel. Hit the little bell notification. That's it. Back to the show. Now I opened up this video talking about this being a war zone. And I wasn't kidding. The new Highway 97 North Intercept has turn this entire area just upside down. So we should probably talk about it real quick. Because of the popularity and growth of the Cascade Village shopping area, which we were just talking about before, there's a lot of congestion along the Parkway in that specific north area. You see, the Parkway was supposed to be a really smooth way for travelers passing through town to just skip right through Bend. And instead, the north end sometimes kind of looks more like a parking lot than a parkway. Why do you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway? So a couple of years ago, they decided to change and reroute the entire Parkway so that people that wanted to get to Cascade Village and do the shopping can do that, and people that wanted to skip right through town can also still continue to do that. And this is what it looks like now. Starting from the Empire Avenue exit and going all the way north to Cooley Road, they are effectively moving the Parkway to the east over by the train tracks there and changing up all of the exits and off-ramps and adding a whole new highway. While it's going to be great in the long run, currently it's a mess, and it will probably continue to be the mess for another couple of years. Okay, let's talk about housing, because that's probably why you're here, right? You want to know about the housing. So if you're thinking about moving to Boyd Acres as a neighborhood district, there are some things you should probably know. There's a really wide mix of housing types, styles, price points. Now, north of Empire Avenue, there's kind of a blend that goes through there. We start off with a bunch of rentals. In fact, there's a bunch of apartments, there's some townhouses, there's some duplexes, and then just some other homes that you can tell are rentals. As that moves north, north along 18th Street, you actually start getting into some really great neighborhoods. Some are on acreages, like over in Old Deschutes. Some are, on smaller lots, but they're actually wider lots that carry 3-car garages and are newer 3-car garages and RV parking. Some are older, but they're tucked so far back into that area that it's really quiet and peaceful, and a lot of them have much larger yards. And then again, a lot of them have some pretty incredible mountain views. Notables, AKA some of my favorites. Let's see, there's Lava Ridges. You can check out a full tour on that neighborhood, let's see, by clicking the tab that I've got right up there. We did a whole neighborhood highlight video on Lava Ridges. Across the street from that, we have Tarango Glen. Around the corner from that, there's Stonebrook. And back towards the Parkway is one of my favorites, Yardley Estates. Hunter's Circle is on the very north side of Cooley Road. Many of these homes are very close to and or back up to the train tracks in that part of town, but shockingly enough, the train doesn't make much noise when it rolls through there. I mean, I can hear the train blow its horn from where I live, which is nowhere near the tracks, and that's probably about as loud as you're gonna hear anywhere else anyway. And I would suspect that most of Bend can probably say the same. So my point is, just because you're right next to the tracks doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be any louder than it would be anywhere else in town. Now, there is a large number of other homes and other neighborhoods and little pockets all over this district. Okay, now if you're looking for some newer homes at maybe a higher price point, and maybe you want something that's a little closer to that ultimate summertime amenity called the river, the west side of Highway 97, over by Obie Riley, that's the ticket. Now, I'll go on record saying this is one of the most underrated areas in all of Bend. I love this part of town. Right along Obie Riley Road, there's a series of small pocket neighborhoods that are just in the best location. For me, they were a matter of yards from the river. Sometimes access can be kind of tough. It's largely treed with those giant ponderosas that everybody loves over on the west side. Riley Ranch Nature Reserve is right there. And when you do need to leave the house, the Parkway is right there off of Empire, meaning you have super easy access to anywhere in Bend. It's not really the west side, but it has damn near all the same amenities with easier access that the west side has. It's like a cheat code. Neighborhoods like Rimrock Riders, Glen Vista Meadows, Lava Crest, Westerly, Enchantment on the Deschutes. That little slice of pie is easily the best kept secret in Bend. There's also a handful of really great little pocket hobby farms that are off of Obie Riley too. It'll kind of take you back there, some acreage, older homes, really quiet and peaceful, just incredible properties close to the river. Those are gems as well. If you can grab one of those, heaven. So these are all great hoods in a great location. As I mentioned, the price point is definitely going to be a little bit higher than you would get over on the other actual east side, but they're not as high as like west side prices, right? Yet, this underrated area of town, this needs to be our secret, okay? Oh, and I teased about new developments coming to this neighborhood district too, didn't I? Shoot. Yes! Caraway, which recently got approved for development, is coming soon. It's gonna be huge. 400 single family residences and 200 multifamily units as well, along with a large kind of array of commercial development land as well. It's another very large project brought to you by Polish Homes, and I think that this, along with the new North 97 Intercept that we talked about before, is really going to completely transform the whole north side of Bend, and for the better. I, for one, am actually really excited to kind of get these things going and underway. I think it's going to be a great addition and a great area of growth for the city of Bend. As I've said before, if you are thinking of moving to the area and you're maybe researching some neighborhoods, I've got a really great playlist that's got a whole bunch of neighborhoods. We've toured a ton of neighborhoods right over there for you to go ahead and check out. Also, if you are looking to, buy here, or if you know somebody already in town that's looking to sell, my team and I would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. We'd be honored to hear from you. Either go to our website, cromrealestate.com, or you can probably stalk us down in the description of this video and find our direct contact information. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you over in the next video.